Good morning. It's Thursday. We're reading Luke 20:41 through 47. Jesus said to them, "How can they say that the Christ is David's son? For David himself says in the book of Psalms, 'The Lord said to my Lord, sit at my right hand until I make your enemies your footstool.' David thus calls him Lord, so how is he his son?" And in the hearing of all the people, he said to his disciples, "Beware of the scribes who like to walk around in long robes and love greetings in the marketplaces and the best seats in the synagogues and the places of honor at feasts, who devour widows' houses and for a pretense make long prayers. They will receive the greater condemnation." So in this little bit, first of all, he talks about how David refers to God as my Lord, and quotes a verse which seems to refer to God saying to Christ, "I'm going to make your enemies your footstool." And so how could David refer to him as my Lord if he's David's descendant? So, he's just playing with their minds. And then he criticizes the scribes. Now, these are the people who basically are professional writers, and I mean that literally. They know how to take a pen and write something. So if you need something written, a letter, a contract, a deed, you go to a scribe and they will write down whatever you say, and then there's a record of it. So this was a profession in the ancient world. It's an honorable job. These scribes like to walk around in long robes and get greeted in the marketplaces and have the best seats and have honor and devour widows' houses. So they eat with the widows and they take all the money that they can get. And for a pretense make long prayers. So they're kind of like bad preachers in our day, who go around visiting everybody and receiving all these gifts and all these accolades and honors without giving anything to the people. And Jesus says, don't be like them. Beware of them. They've gotten their reward. They're going to be condemned at the end because this is wrong. So Jesus is confrontational. He's being confrontational. It's just a few days before he's arrested. This is like Tuesday or Wednesday, I think, of that last week, and so he's being confrontational, knowing that the time for confrontation and conflict is at hand. It's here. There's nothing to be done except to just face it and so he takes on the scribes and the Sadducees and the Pharisees very directly and deliberately. He's like, I'm not playing around with you folks anymore. What you're teaching is wrong, and here's why. And he just nails them. So what would he do with the church today? Wow, the church today is full of all kinds of people fighting with each other, people engaged in politics, people engaged in supporting this or that agenda socially that's clearly not Jesus' agenda. And that's all going on. And so you've got to be careful, I guess. If you start going to a church, wow, what are they teaching? Are they going to be teaching what Jesus taught, or are they going to be doing something else? And if you find yourself in a place where they're doing something else, leave it, go somewhere else. It's no big thing. So that said, have a nice day. I hope you will, and stick with us. We'll start chapter 21 tomorrow, and we're almost to the end. So we will see you tomorrow.